When you're upgrading a 9000 reader expansion card to be used with Premises, you want to make sure you do the upgrade at the exact same time you're upgrading the 9000 board. So once you've replaced your firmware chip and your app chip here on the 9000 board, you'll immediately want to replace the app chip on the reader expansion card. When you receive your upgrade order for the reader expansion card, you're going to get two chips. You're going to get a 512K app chip and a 256K app chip, just like you do with the 9000 board. And again, just like with the 9000 board, which chip you use will be based on which Rev reader expansion card you have. If you look right here on this board, the Rev is actually over here on the left, and this is a Rev 05 board. The other reader expansion card in circulation is this Rev B board, and the Rev is actually over here in the top right. You also notice that the chip orientation is different in both these boards. This one's vertical and this one's horizontal. When you replace the chip on a Rev B board, you want to make sure that you pay close attention to the notch on the socket. In this case, it's on the right. Up on the 9000 board, the notches are on the left. So when you stick the chip in here, your label will actually be upside down. So it's extremely important that you pay attention to the notch in the socket and the notch on the chip, and that you line those up when you're putting the chip in. If we look at our documentation that comes along with the chips, it's going to tell us which application chip we have to use with which Rev board. For a Rev B board, we're going to use a 256K app, and for the Rev 05 board, we're going to use the 512K app. And again, in this case, I've got a Rev 05 board, so we're going to use the 512K chip. First thing we need to do is pop this chip out. And again, power is still off of our board. So we're going to work our screwdriver underneath the chip. If you have a chip puller, that's what you want to use. I'm using a screwdriver because, again, most of you guys probably don't carry chip pullers on your truck, so I'm going to show you how to do it with a screwdriver. And then once we have our chip out, we're going to take our app chip and we're going to make sure our application chip is firmly seated in the socket, and then our notch is at the top, just like it is on the card. Now all we need to do is power the board up and follow the rest of the instructions for the 9000 panel upgrade procedure by erasing the memory on the board and setting the address.